lightweight hilarious. Oh my God, guys, watching that, I was in tears of laughter. In the moment, it's just like how, and this is young disciples GOAT, LeBron. This is Nick Wrong's GOAT. How can people be calling LeBron James the GOAT after watching something like that? How do you call him the GOAT after 2011? Kobe Bryant was the truth. He made All-Star competitive. That was the last time it was competitive. LeBron had to get everything changed. So, young disciple, it's not about LeBron versus Kobe. It's just showing that Jeff Teague is out here saying that he can't defend. And look at what he did to your king. Look at what he did to the 4 and 6 kingdom. Look at the reason why Michael Jordan is going to pick Kobe Bryant over LeBron James every day and twice on Sunday. That's the reason why. Okay? That's the reason why. Looked like he was playing defense to me, guys. What did you see? Looked like defense to me. Looked like Mamba mentality. It looked like he didn't give a damn about scoring a point as long as he stopped LeBron. That's competition. That's what that's called. That's called not ducking the smoke, which LeBron couldn't handle. Did you guys see how mad he was at the All-Star game? He kept passing the ball. Kobe Bryant kept blocking his shot from behind, from the front. He didn't care. It was personal. He was talking big shit too. Totally bitched LeBron on the court. LeBron's not that guy. Sorry. He's not the GOAT. It looked like literally Kobe was torturing LeBron and embarrassing him. He's not the GOAT. This is your king. To all the jockstrap sniffers, this is your king. He never wanted to compete at the All-Star game, but this is your king. He never wanted to compete in All-Star. He's been embarrassed too many times and exposed. He's been on the run. He's been on the run from that moment right there. LeBron James has always ducked the smoke. Always. He's always ducked the smoke. You saw him passing the ball because he couldn't bum rush the lane. You saw Kobe absolutely, completely fuck up his life, talking shit to him. LeBron James looked like such a little bitch on the court. Never said anything. Just let Kobe punk him and undress him like a $2 hooker at a Diddy party. That's what he let him do. That's what happened. That's what I saw. That's what I saw, guys. I'm curious, like, do you guys have a better understanding as to why Jeff Teague is diminishing Kobe Bryant's defensive efforts when he was locking up LeBron, like I said, like a $2 hooker at a Diddy party?
Be mad, I can have a spat, we can have whatever. Then after that, you better get on your job. That's really that's all it is. You got me on my job. Nah, it ain't never gonna work like that over here. You know what I'm saying? I was trying not to leave this message, but you have left me no choice. You got me on my job. Nah, it ain't never gonna work like that over here. You know what I'm saying? I was trying not to leave this message, but you have left me no choice. Girl, me and you can be mad, I can have a spat, we can have whatever. Then after that, you better get on your job. That's really that's all it is.
That's all it is, LeBron. Get on your job. Kobe Bryant had him in a torture chamber. That's really what it is. Man, LeBron James. The clutch narratives, they never end. And, you know, we're headed into year 24 for LeBron. And, you know, his Lakers stint is about to come to an end. He's at the end of his career. His career is about to sunset. And LeBron is deciding to go out very sad. Okay? Him and the Lakers, this relationship has beyond soured. Okay? This is about to be a nasty breakup. This is about to be just one of the worst breakups that we've ever seen. Honestly, I could see, I remember when Shaq left the Lakers, it wasn't the best story. It wasn't a horrible, horrible breakup. And I mean, I don't think that there were nice reports about him at that time, but later on, he wound up getting the statue and being revered by the team. So perhaps that's what's going to happen to LeBron as well. Like they're going to have this nasty breakup right now, and then later on they're going to mend fences and patch it up. I don't know, but what I can tell you is that there's a lot of awful like reports about how LeBron James is feeling, about how he's feeling betrayed by the Lakers, and the fact that, they have not allowed for him to, do whatever he wants, and, just basically gouge the team of all their resources. The Lakers have now shifted basically all of their attention to Luka Doncic, a 25-year-old star, not the 40-year-old aging star. They don't want to do it anymore. They don't want to continue with the clutch takeover. And I mean, can you blame them? I wouldn't blame them for feeling that way. I don't think anybody would. But fadeaway.net, they had, a pretty good article that, sort of it goes over some of the signs that says that, hey, LeBron James is going to be leaving the Lakers, and here's some signs that this is happening. So we're going to talk about that and see, like, what do you guys really think? Are the Lakers and LeBron James headed for a nasty divorce? I think so. But, let's take a look at this article together and let's see, what you guys think about this. But, there's 7 signs that show LeBron James and the Lakers are headed for a breakup. It seems not so quiet, but also inevitable. So what once looked like the perfect marriage between basketball's most iconic star and its most glamorous franchise now feels like a slow, inevitable breakup. LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers were supposed to chase rings and legacy together. Oh, you guys can't even see the article. Whoops. So sorry about that. Let me fix that. Yep. Okay, so there we go. Perfect. So like I said, these are the 7 signs article from fadeawayworld.net. So what once looked like the perfect marriage between basketball's most iconic star and its most glamorous franchise now feels like a slow, inevitable breakup. LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers were supposed to chase rings and legacy together, but over the past 18 months, the signs have grown louder, colder, and unmistakably clear. The tension didn't erupt overnight, it simmered quietly through front office missteps, cryptic social media posts, and a major franchise shift that caught even James off guard. Let's walk through the 7 clearest signs that the LeBron Lakers era is reaching its end. The Lakers, this is the first one, the Lakers refused to go all in during the 2023-24 season. The seeds of discontent were planted during last season, 2023-24. The Lakers were stuck in play-in territory, struggling with an inconsistent and aging roster that clearly needed a jolt. Multiple reports linked the team to impact players. Names like DeJounte Murray, Malcolm Brogdon, and even Zach LaVine came up. But the front office refused to part with their 2 valuable first-round draft picks. Instead of making a meaningful midseason upgrade, they signed Spencer Dinwiddie off the buyout market, a Band-Aid for a bullet wound. The Lakers were promptly eliminated by the Denver Nuggets in 5 games again. The failure to commit to winning now despite having LeBron James and Anthony Davis was the first red flag. And while Darvin Ham paid the price with his job, the deeper problem was already exposed. LeBron's window wasn't being prioritized anymore. Number 2, the Anthony Davis-Luka Doncic trade happened without LeBron James' input. The shocker came on February 1st, 2025. The Lakers traded AD to the Dallas Mavericks for Luka Doncic in one of the most seismic deals in NBA history. I hate this word. Everything is a seismic deal. The move electrified the basketball world. Doncic, just 25, is a generational talent with global appeal. But what stood out wasn't just the trade itself. It was that LeBron James, the face of the franchise, wasn't informed ahead of time. According to insiders, James only learned of the deal after it was essentially done. He respected Doncic and understood the rationale. But for a player who's always been involved in team building decisions, being left in the dark signaled a shift. The franchise was moving on silently. Number 3, the Lakers address Luka Doncic's needs, not LeBron James' long-standing requests. LeBron and AD spent years lobbying for a traditional big to anchor the middle. From DeMarcus Cousins to Andre Drummond to Mo Bamba, nothing ever stuck. Then Luka arrived, and immediately the Lakers acquired a center in Mark Williams. Though the deal fell apart due to a failed medical, the message was clear. They were building around Doncic now and fast. LeBron took notice, as did the rest of the league. Number 4, LeBron's cryptic no comment and the AD interview fallout. After the Lakers lost in 2025 playoffs to the Minnesota Timberwolves, LeBron was asked if the post-Davis roster had become too physical for him to handle. And this was his response: no comment. I never say that because my guy AD said what he needed and he was gone the following week. It was a veiled shot targeting how Anthony Davis had told ESPN that the Lakers needed a true center, only to be traded days later. LeBron saw the writing on the wall. Voicing needs in this franchise now led to exits. Whether frustration or warning, that quote said more than most press conferences ever do. I thought that comment was so disgusting only because LeBron James has a no trade clause. So how the hell was that going to happen to him? He has the power. That's why the Lakers haven't been able to get out from under him this whole time. Number 5, LeBron James was excluded from the ownership news while Luka Doncic was informed early. On June 18th, 2025, Jeannie Buss agreed to sell a majority stake in the Lakers to billionaire Mark Walter. It was a stunning move that ended the Buss family's decades-long control of the franchise. Luka Doncic, now the centerpiece of the franchise, was informed early and even posted a celebratory message on social media. LeBron, he found out through his representatives. The silence from LeBron was deafening. No post, no statement, no acknowledgement. A player once consulted on every major move was now out of the loop. Number 6, the extension snub and the Cleveland clues. When LeBron picked up his player option for 2025-26 season, the Lakers didn't issue an official press release acknowledging it, an unusual omission for a player of his stature. Instead, what followed was a series of cryptic social media posts. Then he reposted a photo of Lakers broadcaster Allie Clifton wearing a Cavaliers jersey, captioning it, "proper attire." Days earlier, he posted a video of himself golfing in Cleveland, wearing a welcome home hat. Officially, the hat supported his friend Paul Revere's new media company, Homecoming. But insiders knew better. Of course, you're just out here trying to look like Michael Jordan. I bet you LeBron James has probably the ugliest golf swing we've ever seen. Nothing LeBron James does is a coincidence, one source told ESPN. The undertone was obvious. He's thinking about Cleveland again. Yeah, right. LeBron James is a Kardashian. He's not going to Cleveland. If he does, he's still going to be in and out of LA. What he's going to do is just take half the season off and be in LA because he is a Kardashian. We need to be watching him. It's all about the cameras. It's all about being the it guy. Number 7, ESPN and Shams Charania reports hints at the inevitable. Then comes the bombshell. An ESPN insider piece from Ramona Shelburne and Brian Windhorst detailed how LeBron James felt disrespected by the Lakers. Their silent pivot to Luka Doncic. Shams Charania echoed it, stating that a potential breakup could happen within 2 months. More than just speculation, the leaks were purposeful. James has long used media signals to communicate his frustration, whether it was taking my talents to South Beach or cryptic Instagram lyrics during his second Cleveland exit. This is a familiar pattern. The reports are the smoke. The fire is on the way. And so where is all of this headed? The relationship between LeBron James and the Lakers has deteriorated into a passive-aggressive standoff. Multiple league insiders, including Jovan Buha, have confirmed the cracks in the foundation. LeBron reportedly no longer has the same influence in roster decisions where his voice once shaped the roster, now it echoes into silence. The Lakers are reportedly not opposed to exploring trade scenarios for James. While LeBron's full no-trade clause and advancing age complicates matters, at least 4 teams have already inquired quietly about his availability. The Lakers' internal view of LeBron has shifted from cornerstone to expiring contract, a potential chip. That tension is beginning to affect other parts of the franchise, most notably Bronny James. The 20-year-old had a promising rookie season, and while the Lakers are pleased with his development, his future is now tied to his father's fate. If LeBron stays, Bronny's path may be fast-tracked. If he leaves, the team may either build around Bronny or use him in another deal. I'm dead. Build around Bronny? What kind of nonsense is that? A promising rookie season? He's still wearing a goddamn NBA costume. When is he going to take it off and go back to playing video games? Bronny himself has received no clarity or reflection of how unstable the situation truly is. Like, he deserves it. He deserves to be cut from the league expeditiously. The Lakers' eyes are clearly set on 2027 in the future, not on squeezing out one last run with a 40-year-old superstar. The Lakers' posture has shifted intentionally and unflinchingly. They are moving into the Luka era, young, global, fresh. It makes sense from a business standpoint. Doncic gives them another decade of title contention, youth, appeal, and jersey sales. But in making that move, they've effectively phased out LeBron James without formally ending the relationship. LeBron, always a master of timing and perception, isn't exploding with emotion. He's watching, calculating, sending quiet warnings. He picked up his player option not to commit to LA, but to control his next move. Whether that's a mid-season trade or a free agency departure next summer, James has made one thing clear: he won't be a silent passenger while his era fades away. The signs are there: the tweets, the interviews, the trades, the silence, and the symbolism. The story doesn't need a dramatic ending because it's already begun to unravel, one overlooked extension, one unreturned favor, one strategic snub at a time. And if history tells us anything about LeBron James, it's that when the signs point to the exit, he never misses the door. Absolutely hilarious. You know, we can't really make these things up about LeBron James. These are the stories that are being reported by Ramona Shelburne, who's very close to the Lakers. Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington, of course, they had some things to say about this. I want you guys to hear it. So I'll play it for you guys now. Oh, wait, that's not it.
We worthy. I mean, you know
what they had in
wait, that wasn't it either. Was it this one?
G, we're going to start with the Lakers, and there was some reporting done about LeBron not happy, panties in a bunch, you know, with the way things are going on down at crypto.com arena. Rob G, can you fill us in?
Yeah, this seems to be boiling over in a big way here in La La Land. We remember about a week ago, we had Brian Windhorst say on ESPN radio that, you know, the idea of LeBron not retiring with the Lakers is now more on the table than ever. He didn't say outright it was going to happen, but he said, you know, just don't slam the door on it anymore. A couple of days ago, Jovan Buha, friend of the show, longtime Lakers insider, said that the relationship between the two sides is kind of salty at the moment, a little frosty. Two sides are not exactly simpatico at the moment. Well, today, ESPN.com's Ramona Shelburne and Brian Windhorst, again, put out a lengthy piece discussing what's going on with LeBron James and the Lakers brass. And in summary, what they have determined is that LeBron is not happy that the team has really pivoted in a strong way towards Luka Doncic and his timeline and put LeBron's timeline on the back burner. In fact, according to Shelburne and Windhorst, one of the things that LeBron is really upset about is that the Lakers did not offer him a contract extension prior to him opting into that $52 million for next season.
So it wasn't right. He didn't have a choice to say, nah, I'm not going to do that. Let me decide what I'm going to do. No, they said, no, you're good. You got a thing. Are you coming in? Okay, that's it.
In fact, according to Shelburne and Windhorst, here's how they frame it in the story. If LeBron wanted the kind of Hollywood ending that only the Lakers can give legends of the game, the release date has been set. Spring 2026.
And Kelvin, I'm just going to say this. The Lakers are spot on. They are spot on. This is not, you can't live in the past when it comes to sports. You know, you fall in love with people or the Lakers did it with Kobe. Mistake. You can say whatever the last 5, 6 years with Kobe, a mistake.
All bad.
Too much money. Nobody wanted to play with it. You remember what it was? They couldn't make the playoff. It was not good because they wanted to take care of Kobe and be loyal and all that kind of stuff. And you got to be careful with that. In this case, the Lakers have done everything. LeBron's going to be 41. Like, seriously. You got a 25-year-old star that you traded for, right? That's who you have to center around the team. The team was just sold. If you're the Dodgers, you living in the past? I mean, the Lakers?
You're half right.
Right? Half right, because the Dodgers have moved across the street. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see this as being disrespectful or not. You know, when he was there, they paid him. They gave him the extension before. You know, they've done everything. He wanted more players. He went and they got him AD. Traded all the young players, right, to go get AD for him. That worked out. They won a championship. They get Luka for him. Okay, wow. You know what I mean? But you can't string this along. An extension? No. Could be 41. This is the right move by the Lakers.
This is going to be the first time LeBron is going to have to deal with something different, and that is the first time not being courted, the first time not being wanted, the first time that he is in a position where he's second fiddle. And since he was probably, 13 years old, he's probably been that guy. Now, his disposition, especially early on, was to be more of a collaborative guy, bring the team on, high fives with everybody. But he always knew subconsciously it all revolved around him. And this is the first time, Rob, it happens. You know, and people do that in life. When it ain't all about you, if you're an only child, and all of a sudden you got a sibling, what you mean? I don't get this. What do you mean? I got to share. I got to do this. And I think that's what he's going through. You mentioned a couple of good things. New ownership. I'm going to start there. New ownership, mind you, Rob, not a new ownership that's new to this. New ownership that knows what they're doing. New ownership that has continually had the Dodgers being successful, whether they're competing for, obviously, winning their division and competing for World Series, winning.
LeBron James isn't happy. Whoop-de-doo. Who cares? Look, like, he's at the end. You'd think that he'd be happy for the Lakers to get a star player like Luka and he can finally pass the torch to someone. That's what he's been saying that he wanted. That was a lie. So LeBron James lied to us. Clutch Sports lied. What else is new, right? Like, what else is new? But the fact that he doesn't want to sort of like phase himself out it's just ridiculous. And it's funny because Paul Pierce and the Speak crew, they address this. And, you know, I like the way that Paul Pierce talked about it. It was hilarious, actually. And I want to play this sound for you guys because it was really, really, really funny. And basically I talk about LeBron James's hairline all the time. Like, and for any man, really, when your hairline is like gone, just go bald. You know, be confident in yourself enough to just get rid of it all. And so here's what Paul Pierce had to say, because it's really, really funny. Let's take a listen together and we'll get ready to wrap up the show soon.
We worthy. I mean, you know
what they had in common, they were all in shape and they all played defense.
Well, he's lost.
Those are the two knocks that they said on him.
Yeah, but that's just him. We build around our stars, though, Paul. We just do. I mean, that's the reality of it.
Yep,
we tend to build around our stars. The interesting thing out of all this, though, is the fact that it is transitioning to Luka's team. But as long as LeBron James is on the team, I don't believe it'll be fully Luka's team because LeBron is entering his 22nd season, I think it is. He don't know nothing else but for it to be his team. So it's very hard, and you know this, Paul, it's hard to take a step back despite, because he's going to be on the floor. It ain't like all of a sudden he's relegated to the bench. He's going to be on the floor as the guy. So it's going to be hard for him to just give way right now to Luka, in my opinion.
You know what it is? He's entering that realm. You know that like us as black men, like some when we start losing our hair that don't want to let it go.
Yeah, I ain't got that problem.
And then when you know it's time for change,
I never know where he's gonna go.
No, listen. You know, you got that guy. You got that hole right here, but you don't want to let it go.
Yeah.
And then eventually, you're like, man, keep looking in the mirror. Man, I gotta let this go. Then they come and shave that thing off.
Well, Paul really ready to go vacate.
No, listen. But then that's the stage. It's hard for him to let it go, is what I'm saying for LeBron.
No, that's true.
Not his hair. Like him being the guy. Well, that too. His hair too. He got to let that go too. But being the guy.
But there's a way to fix it, P.
No. We ain't gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna send him overseas and get the plugs and do all that. We're not doing that. And I understand what Paul is saying.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the same thing I just
It's
said.
hard for him to relinquish it.
20-something years in the league as being King James, I'm not just gonna all of a sudden pass the torch.
But he possesses all the things you need DNA-wise to lead your team to a championship. And he's still young. So I feel like he's in that realm where he's like, okay, what other ways can I adjust my game where we can?
It's just like, you got to grab the Clippers and just go all the way with it, LeBron. Just go all the way with it, okay? It's not that hard. Just grab the Clippers. It's going to be fine. Just grab those Clippers and just go all the way back. When you really love something, I think it's hard to leave, right? Like if you really love a job, it's really hard to retire. If you really love a relationship, it could be hard, right? To leave, that particular partner or, marriage. But I just think that LeBron James, it's time to hang it up. It's time. It's time. Like you never want to take a back seat. You never want to be in your role. Stay in your role. LeBron just wanted to be in control of his swan song. That's what this is all about. And it's not happening, so he's salty about it. And it's showing. He's extremely jealous of Luka Doncic, like an only child that gets a sibling. And, it's disgusting. It's just absolutely disgusting. And it's just like, be in your number 2 role and deal with it. Stop planting stories about Luka. Be in your number 2 role and just deal with it. Do your job, LeBron. It's simple. The Lakers want to move on from you because you're not playing the role that they were hoping that you would play. You don't want to play the role that they need you in. You don't want to adjust. What happened to adjustments? Just retire, LeBron. Diddy's going to get out of jail and, hopefully maybe he'll get some time and you'll be right back at the Diddy parties.
Got me on my job. Nah, it ain't never gonna work like that over here. You know what I'm saying? I was trying not to leave this message, but you have left me no choice. Be mad, I can have a spat, we can have whatever. Then after that, you better get on your job. That's really that's all it is.
That's all it is. Get on your job, LeBron. But guys, let's talk about where we're at with likes. So we had a lot of people watching today, and I really appreciate that. I want to salute everybody that joined the stream today. Really, really, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. But I need you to do me a favor. I need you to like the video. I need you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And most importantly, I need you to share the video. Share it out on social media. Share it with your friends and family. Share it with anybody you think likes sports and wants to be a part of a great sports community. Guys, I really want us to watch our language in the chat. I know that I got super passionate today, and that doesn't really happen normally. I saw like a block come through. I don't know if that was the All-Star game video that I tried to share with you guys, or if it was literally just my language. I don't know, but if we can be respectful in the chat, this is a really safe place. I want people to come into the community and feel like they're being respected, like their opinion is being heard. And we don't always have to agree, but we don't have to call each other names. We don't have to speak poorly to one another. We can say how we feel. We can make jokes and have a good time, but I really don't want to see any disrespect in the chat. Okay. And I'm not always watching the chat. So I want to shout out my moderators that do a really, really great job of holding me down, but let's be respectful and let's create a really, great place to be. Sports is supposed to bring people together. Okay. I really believe that. I think sports tea can bring people together, and we just have to, come in ready to have a good time. That's really what it's all about. Okay. So, I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for having some fun with me today. And, I know it got a little spicy, but thanks for being you guys. And thank you for being here, watching and supporting. So don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. Let's blow up the Sports Tea Network to be huge. And before I head out, what I want to do is just read these super chats that came through, because I'm so grateful for all of the support that you guys give and your donations. I really, really appreciate you guys. So I want to first read, let's see. It is from Mark. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Please accept these Canadian dollars as part of the debt that we owe for Steve Nash's role in this shameful clown show. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Steve Nash, he should be ashamed of himself for this. Steven Jackson, no comment, but thank you for the $4.99. I really appreciate that. It's not that serious. Another $5. Don't kill me, Lady T, but LBJ and KD are taking the lead in toxic femininity. The orange purse doesn't help their cause. Jay Anderson, thank you and salute to you for the $5. KD and Bron never had a father to celebrate them like MJ. Bron is promoted to be a great father. Him laughing and not correcting KD is hella clownish. I mean, it's just, yeah. I mean, they don't know what it is to be supported by two parents in the household. They have no idea what it is to have, a real, male example in the household. So it's tough to respect yourself, even at their big old age. It's hard for them to respect other people because they don't respect themselves. Tim Jones, thank you for this comment. I highlighted this because Wilt and Bill were interviewed by Ahmad Bashad, and they were hating on the 90s era of hoops and on Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan had a ton of criticism, but LeBron James fans and, sports media, they want to forget about that, and they just probably didn't see it. Just say you didn't watch. Say you don't know. Stop saying something didn't happen if you don't know and you weren't there. Eden Jr., salute to you for being a member for 6 months. At this point, LeBron looks like the coyote. After all those tricks, smokes, and mirrors, he still sounds bitter and miserable. Absolutely. He's the most miserable billionaire that we've seen. Salute to you, Spurzan, and thank you for the $9.99 super chat. Dom, I'm glad you're back. They censored you. I didn't even know, guys, so it must have been the All-Star game. I just got messages from you guys saying that they cut me off. I'm so sorry about that. But watching that All-Star clip was funny. For those of you, if you did get to see it, it was hilarious. But thank you, Spurzan, for the super chat. And we have another one. Wow, $50 from L. Donald. Salute to you. Undressed like a $2 hooker was wild. You earned this because YouTube ain't monetizing after that flame session. Maybe Clutch Sports is just out to get me. They don't want us to expose the fact that Kobe Bryant was locking up LeBron James in the All-Star game, of all places. The same place that LeBron James doesn't want to compete at and wants to make sure there's no defense. Cooley High 68 Unknown, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Really appreciate you, and you came through with the second one. Salute to you, Cooley High 68 Unknown. Thank you all for joining me today. I really appreciate you guys. It's been a pleasure to come in here and cook Clutch Sports and, the Clutch clan. I really appreciate you guys. And I just hope that you enjoy the rest of your Saturday. We'll be back and we'll be talking about, the goings on in the off season. And I am going to be doing an anticipated show for the members on the WNBA. So I'm really excited for that. And I hope to see you guys soon. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all. Bye-bye.